There are so many creative possibilities when we turn to natural materials to make our own Christmas decorations. In this video, I'm going to be showing you 3 quick DIY projects you can do at home to spice up your Christmas tree. For all of these projects, you can use flexible shoots from trees like willow or dogwood, but if you're not used to using materials like this, I highly recommend using a type of wicker material because it's uniform and pretty easy to work with. To make a reindeer Christmas tree ornament, it can be really helpful to make a wooden jig, just a piece of wood with holes drilled in it to hold our upright pieces. It's very hard to do this with holding just with our hands. We begin by inserting one of our weavers behind our first stake, and then we continue in an in and out weaving pattern, just like this. When we come around curves, we want to make sure we're going around tightly. We will proceed with an in and out type of weaving pattern until we have achieved approximately 5 to 6 rows to make up the body of the deer. For the neck of the deer, we are going to continue with our in and out weaving pattern, but just on those first 2 stakes. And here you saw I just spliced in a new piece, something you'll probably have to do, and you just do that by inserting the weaver just like you did when you first started this whole project. For the neck, we'll go up anywhere between 4 to 6 rows. To shape the head of the deer, we simply measure out and make 2 crimps to make the nose, just like I did here. And to make it easier for weaving, we can go ahead and clip our back 2 stakes. For weaving the head of the deer, we are doing a type of threading pattern here. It's still the same in out we've been doing, but since we're isolated to using only 2 stakes and going in between, we have to do a type of threading. And as a reminder, if you want to find the type of weaving material I'm using for this project and all the projects in this video, be sure to check out my Amazon affiliate link in the description of this video. It'll take you right to where you need to go. Once we've completed the head of the deer, we can go ahead and clip off the excess little bits. Then we can work on the antlers. My favorite way is to split down those 2 stakes that are remaining. They make some pretty good looking antlers. But you could also go outside and find some opportune twigs to shove in there. Those look pretty cool as well. To make a Christmas tree bauble, we will need 3 double arm length weavers, and then we will cross them over each other as I'm showing here. We will be using the spiral weaving technique for this bauble. It's a relatively simple technique, but it can be confusing to get the hang of at first. What we will do is we will start with the weaver that is facing towards us. We will fold it over the next 2 that are adjacent to it. You'll notice that there is the weaver directly underneath, and then there is the one that is underneath and next to that. Taking the second one, we will then fold it up and over top of the top weaver. Notice how it's going over the first one, then it will be going over top of the second one or next to it, depending on how you set this up. And then that second one will fold underneath and back up over, just like so. And this is the whole technique, but there is some nuance. To make the bauble get wider, we fold it out to the side. To make it go relatively straight up and down, we line it up with the weave underneath it. And to close up the bauble, to make it get smaller, we put our weaver to the inside. Alright, and to finish up the bauble, we just take some of our loose ends here, we tuck them in to some of the spaces in the weaves, and then we pull it tight. And that's it. And you can put glitter on them and color them however you want. Alright, save the easiest for last. Christmas star. All we need is about an arm length of weaving material. And what we're going to do is take a small little section for how big we want our star to be as a measuring tool. And we're going to make 5 crimps just like this. That's the first one, and we're going to make 4 more. What you'll do is you'll take one of the ends and you'll fold it over top of the rest so that your first crimp is on the bottom right there. So excess is over top, crimp is on the bottom. Then we simply fold over and then under to make the star. We can use some twine or colored string to secure that in place and clip off the extras. Then we can twine the rest of the corners to make it look pretty cool. And you can adjust the different sides of the star to make it as even as possible. So if you were inspired by these ideas, but you don't want to necessarily get all the materials yourself, I'm selling these DIY craft kits to make these, and multiple of them, on my website at wildsproutnursery.com. Be sure to check it out.